I'm out here installing this fence on this grade. It's got quite a bit of slope to it. And I tried finding some YouTube videos before I started this project of people showing how this is done, how you should set the rails with the grade and everything and the pickets. And the only thing I found on YouTube was some dude, and he has a whole YouTube channel dedicated to fencing. He has like a company and stuff. And, you know, I'm not trying to knock him, but a lot of comments were like this too. They would set the posts and the rails and then adjust the posts up and down after the fact. I thought that was really, really weird. A lot of comments were saying that was weird. Number one, are the posts not concreted in? Like, I really don't know what they were doing there. I mean, it looked like they maybe just set them in soil or rock or sand or wherever they were at. Anyways, I'm in Ohio. We got to put the posts deep. We concrete them in the ground. So that doesn't work here. It's coming along pretty good. And I think it looks really good. Let me turn the camera around and show you what I got going on here and explain a little bit how I achieved this. So, number one here, get down to some basics. You can see that I got some picket, quite a bit of picket popping over the top. And the reason for that is this is a 6-foot fence, normal privacy fence, height, and I'm using 8-foot posts. Okay, I'm in Ohio, so our frost line depth is really like 36, 38 inches. So we got to get those posts down there deep. And these are probably at like 30. So with 8-foot posts, that's about where you end up at. And last fence I did, I just put panels up and it set the post quite deep enough. You know, they were probably 4 or 5 inches out of the ground, more than that. And where it was, the ground held water really bad and they heaved really bad. Even though I dug the holes bell-shaped and everything at the bottom, they heaved, man. Here the ground seems to drain quite a bit better. I got the posts set a little bit deeper. Hopefully we don't have that problem here. So anyways, my opinion about the heaving stuff, if you're in Ohio or somewhere where you have a frost line depth like that, is you need soil that drains good. Put a little gravel at the bottom. Basically crap out of luck if you got ground that holds water. So it's kind of hard to see, but none of this is level. I use a level to level out the posts when I put them in the ground, and I'm using a level now to make sure the pickets are vertical, right? But I did not use a level whatsoever when I put these rails up. That was all eyeball and by grade. So basically what I did is I just started at the bottom and I'm going off of the bottom. You can see I got the bottom rail pretty close to the ground. It's not touching the ground. I am using ground contact, pressure treated though. And you can see what I would do. I would literally just take one of the 8-footers, stick it there, keep going, and then I would just eyeball it. And they need it adjusted quite a bit. You just unscrew it, put one screw in each of them, unscrew it, adjust it until it looks flat. Because what you'll start off with, it'll just start going, like it'll just go like this the whole way down. You know, it'll look zigzagged when you just stick them up there. So it takes a lot of tweaking, but that's how I did it. Again, I tried to find videos on this. The only one I found, they were adjusting posts. Thought that was weird. I just started off with the bottom rail and smoothed it out. It's really that simple, really not much more to it. I didn't use a level or a string whatsoever. I tried using like a string at first to set the rails. Again, throw all that in the garbage. You don't need a string or nothing. Just literally eyeball. And you'll end up with a couple spots that are higher than others. You know, when you get it all done, you can see it starts really going downhill right here. Let me grab my level. It'll be funny to see just how unlevel the rails are. But to the eye, it looks good. So I'm gonna grab the level. Let me zoom out a little bit. Here we go. And here's probably a big part of something you would want to see here. This is my jig I made real quick to set the fence posts on to nail them up. I got a couple clamps. Here, let me go around the other side. This is a important key part of this deal. Let me go around. You can see what I got going on here is I literally took a couple of the pickets and I made a jig where it sets it up 3/4 of an inch. Since these pickets are 3/4 of an inch off the ground, picks them up just a little bit and set them right on there, nail them in. And to nail them, I got the Milwaukee framing nailer. That makes quick work of this. That thing's awesome. Now we're gonna walk around. Let me walk around the other side to show you just how I never stuck a level on any of these rails. We'll see just how bad they are. So starting off, it looks relatively level at the beginning, but I know it's going downhill. This whole lot's going downhill that way. Walk over here. Take a look at it from the front. All right, I'm up at the beginning of my fence here. I'm gonna stick a level on this thing. Oh yeah, you can see just it's going downhill a lot. I knew it was going that way. So I mean, if I tried to use a level, you know, there's numerous ways you could do this. You could step it. I don't think that doesn't work for me, because then you have big gaps underneath, and you can fill that in too. But I'm trying to put some limestone right up to this deal. So that doesn't work for me. This is how I went with the grade. So I think the fence has turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. The little jig I made is working good. I set a couple pickets. So I got a 6-foot picket in the middle, and then basically used 2 pickets to extend it to 8 feet. And it's a little floppy on the ends because it's relatively unsupported. So you gotta pay attention to that. But other than that, you just set the pickets on there and nail them right in. I think it works pretty good.